Finish with the stream with the lullaby. That's our prize for the end.
It has been a couple of weeks since we last saw our heroes. Oh, like a month or so. In last episode, our heroes finally ended their business on Indra and returned to the land of the Earthlings, whereupon they analyzed various Stargate addresses, the computer system working hard to retrace the locations indicated by the symbols on the maps. As the stars have drifted, you need to make recalculations, as you do not have access to the automated system provided by the other Stargates. But you have managed to acquire 2 blocks. One of them representing a hollow area right outside the Stargate, where the bot saw only walls with signs of scratching on them. And then it could not be reached on the second connection. And the second location is an endless city, or at least a city as far as the camera can show, surrounding the Stargate, with long streets surrounded by ruined buildings. These are the options presented to you.
Was there any radiation detected in the ruined city?
None more than on planet Earth. What are your plans, gentlemen? The Stargate Corporation is planning to send an expedition to both of these worlds. However, you are given the choice to join, given the chance to join either of your choosing. Jaelle, however, has been assigned a more clandestine job. You are uncertain what that is, but they did specifically request Jaelle and Jaelle alone.
I don't like it when totally don't like it when like my employees don't tell me what's going on. Not a fan.
If we don't work for you, but that's beside the point, right? We work for ourselves.
Steven goes.
Yeah, it's like Mac has just got like a knife and he's just digging away at a wee bit of like dirt or grain underneath a fingernail. And he goes, okay.
Sure.
Really not paying attention to what Doug's saying.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm not a very bossy boss to begin with.
Actually, do I have a proper knife? I think that's not a knife.
The ones that I pull out for the example would just be a bit impractical for that.
Like,
I know one.
There you go.
Sure.
Perfect for it.
Like a black knife.
All right, so like totally like we could go to like explore the city, and I've gotten a new van, upgraded better. The new this van. Hopefully we won't blow it up, and we can take it to like the city and stuff. Or what's up with this room? And there's got to be something there, yo. Right?
What you want, John?
Bit too much. Oh, I actually have a switchblade.
That's not a knife. And then John comes up with a claymore.
With the longsword, yeah.
Wait. I got one here too. Hang on. Hang on. Here we go. Wait, no, that's not the blade.
That's not a knife.
Wait, that's not the blade. Where's my blade? Oh, blade's on this side. Ow, I cut myself! Fuck!
One wounded, ready to go.
Ouch.
And we get a bonus. All the viewers.
Yeah, that butter knife. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that away. There we go. So, like, thoughts either way. We go to like the weird room that's got a thing with all the scratches and stuff. Oh, for shit. Or like, do we go check out the city and see what's going on there?
Well, at least with the city, we know there's a dialing device to actually get back.
Yes, this is true.
I'm kind of a fan
The city
of that
has a dialing device visible. The other one does not have a dialing device visible.
Mm-hmm.
Mac, thoughts?
Place without the dialing device. That's different from every other place we've been. So, every other place we've been to. And I'm assuming every other place that's been checked by the corporation has had a dialing device right next up.
I have a question. These robots that we send through, are they smart enough to actually get out of the blast wave of the Stargate?
They are remote controlled.
It's just like one of those remote bomb diffusing units that you see.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking if there was no room for it to get out of the blast wave, it would have been destroyed the next time they opened the gate if it couldn't get out of the way. So I assume they would have moved it out of the way.
I'm sure the operators
before they disconnected. Okay. We're not dealing with complete morons here.
Well, you are dealing with yourself, so...
Well, like, unless Mac has any objections, like, I think we're going to go to the city. Unless we could figure out how to do a remote dialing device. That's something we should work on, Dan. What do you think? Like, you think we could, you and I could figure some shit like that out over time?
I think we could over time.
Yeah, you would have to do some research on whether or not the gate will accept remote dial-ins. The technology is so far only barely understood.
Well, the DRD has to send a signal in some way to the gate. So we would just have to simulate that signal.
Right. Yeah. I wonder if some of my new gear. Things to think about. For me, I think we're going to test out the van. Got all new sensors, new computer, new things.
And I'm looking, if you're so interested in testing out the van, I don't think that cave is going to be the best place to test it.
Well, yeah, that's like totally what I'm thinking too. Like, yeah, so it's either city or we go to the cave. Both have their pros and cons. I'm kind of on the fence of both.
Under his breath, Mac is just saying, yeah, you and your toys.
Someone's having a midlife crisis, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I like comfort, man. I mean, I could just spend money and get like cool, comfortable stuff. Like these shoes, whoa, they're like squishy and Nike boots.
Do they have the little lines on the rims?
Oh, they're Nike Airs, man. Air Jordans, best around. I could totally hop. Check this out. I've gained the whole 2 inches in my hops.
Oh, are they the ones with the pumps?
Oh, you know it.
Oh my god, those things.
Cost me $200. Worth every penny.
Nice.
Mac just goes, okay. Just turns. Walks out.
Personality flaw, right?
So you decide to go for the city then?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, how much was that? How much is that advance sending us back again? 15K or what was it?
Right, but I think.
What was?
We blew up the last one. I can't remember how much we spent on
the van.
Ah, the van. It probably does have a.
We don't have to tie it up right now. I mean, we could.
Were you paying the insurance on it?
We still have the 250,000 from last time that we
Yeah,
split up.
just have the insurance agent go on a foreign planet and verify your claim. You know.
Yeah. It literally was an act of God.
And that's not covered by your insurance policy.
No, sir. It's right there. Big bold letters.
No, we specifically said acts of God were in the policy because we knew it was likely to happen.
But did we actually make sure we actually covered? Yeah, accidents on the vehicle that occur when it's not even on the planet. Or
We can
near
bring the parts back.
Oh my god.
Was it the act of a dog?
Yes.
How much was the van? Once again, how much was the van?
10K.
10K. All right. So we're gonna
It's cheaper than most other military vehicles.
I'm gonna put it
It's
at
not tank.
15K with the it's 15K.
It only
for
has
the
8
extras.
points of armor, so you can technically shoot through it with a handgun. This handgun can go through up to, I think a regular gun, like the gun that Jaelle was using, can do 12 damage. So 4 of that can go through, but it should stop most of the damage.
Sure. I mean, we might upgrade it later, but I'm putting an extra 5K to sensors.
Yeah.
Stuff that's fun, just because it's just money. I just throw it away. I'm so used to like, it's just cut. What's it? Just throw some more. Once again, the complete opposite of Carlos Santana was a fucking cheapskate by necessity. This is why I like Doug, because I'm like, oh yeah, just here. Let's just throw money at the problem and fix it.
Flame decals.
There you go, Carlos. No more ads for you.
Oh, Blinky!
Oh, you gifted the
Nice.
tier 1 sub. You have given 4 subs in the channel. Oh, the Blinky throws money at the problem.
Only money. Who cares?
Uh,
Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Oh, hey, Michelle. How you doing? Anyway, wait. You bought a van and you're supplying it with items.
For a second, I thought you said you bought a wham, and I went, I think
Hello.
wham would cost a wee bit more than
Oh,
10K.
hey. This one was a German. I can't remember the name. Nilla. Yes.
ja, das ist gut.
Das ist gut, ja.
Guten Tag. Guten Nacht.
Yeah, Nacht is closer since it's
Nacht is appropriate now
it's
because it's 9:30
10.
there.
Yeah.
That would be 5.
What?
My German is very
Half
little.
10 would be 5.
I've
said
been to
it's half
Germany
10.
once for a
Okay.
heavy metal festival.
So
Yes, too late to
Canada
be
is
dabbing.
about that way, and if I throw it hard enough,
Don't hit the wall.
no, if I hit it hard enough, it goes through the wall and not with Canada.
Ah.
The other option is just to throw it downwards, and that would be New Zealand.
All right. So, fan through gate to other place.
Yeah, to the side.
Is
Wait.
there any other supplies you wish to take with you?
Yes.
Yes, I think it's called 2,500. I'll put it in the chat. There we go.
Ah, right.
Oh yeah, let me put it here.
Supplies.
Van equals
10K.
10K plus 5K.
Yeah.
And
1,000 for me. Just for
Doug.
any random stuff.
brings another total 5K worth of gear.
Jesus.
It's expensive, and we need it all
So
the
what's
time.
the 10K plus 5K? What's the other 5K?
Oh,
That's
the
his
van
cash.
itself is loaded with its internal things like.
Oh,
extra
so there's
sessions.
like the luxury furnishing and whatnot.
It's the I
Like
do extra money
leather
to have it, like-
seats and air conditioning and
And video monitors hooked up to
Yes.
computers and stuff.
sensors, electronics, upgraded computer, not a heads-up display because we can't afford it because that doesn't exist. But
Yes, we
whatever.
do. It's in my goggles.
It
I have them in my
exists, but it's a
goggles.
bit more pricey. Hey,
Yeah.
kitty moves. Hello, kitty.
And I don't think we have any weapons in the van, so I mean it doesn't have like rockets, so there's really no point of a heads-up display.
Yeah. Kitty. Kitty decides to steal the show with his butt.
Yeah, there's a book based on this. It's A Tale of Two Kitties. Yeah, that's it. This is only one kitty.
It's Tale of Two Kitties, and this is kitty number 1.
Yes. Kitty 2 doesn't show up till later in the book.
Exactly. It shows up on the second part.
Onto the side.
During the adapt portion or during the go to the unfamiliar situation.
Oh, I don't know. It's just the second book. And right.
Okay, that's weird. On the chat, it shows VIP first and a gold box, but on my chat, it just shows VIP first and Prime Gaming. So the display of the chat in the little window on the stream is different.
Oh, interesting.
There we go. That's much better.
Oh, what's a
I changed. I turned off mod thingies because I probably should have done that elsewhere. But yeah, well, what's done is done. But so my professionalism shows again. Anyway, back to plot. The travel to the Stargate is without issue. You enter the new world with your mighty new steed at your heels. Provided in with just wheels into the gate, and there's the set of stairs that lead up to the gate, but they're narrow enough for like shallow enough for the tires to just clamp down, because this is designed for harsh environment. Oh, at least the outside is. Inside is for very comfortable relaxation. To the best of the modern hip hop music. Or is it techno punk?
Vanilla Ice.
Oh.
There's even a
there's
disco
lots of
ball in the. But you find yourselves, as the camera depicted, in the middle of a ruined city. As far as the streets go, you can see buildings and buildings and buildings, all in various states of disrepair and dilapidation. This is more reminiscent of a city that has been dead for 100 years than a city that has been abandoned for 10 years. There are windows don't have any coverings on them. If they do, they are hanging by a thread in the wind. There's and the wind is howling from the long streets.
There's vines and shit growing up
The
on
weather,
the walls.
the weather is a bit nippy. Yeah, I would say 10 Celsius, but I don't know how that translates to Fahrenheit.
50, and that's still shorts and t-shirt weather.
Yeah.
The Canadian t-shirt weather, yes.
Yes.
I mean, here in Portland, yes, that is the case. Dude.
It's a bit nippy, yes. But yeah, bit nippy, and the cold wind adds to it. The wind, however, is high wind. You realize that much, and the air smells odd. Your instruments don't show any toxicity in the air. It just there's an odd scent. Quite
Is
nice.
it odd decomposing stuff, or odd just different than we're used to?
Well, which skill would you like to use this with?
Education. But
That's not a skill, though.
Survival, maybe. Have you got it?
Survival works.
Yeah,
Survival education or survival?
Yep. Yeah, survival education. Go in.
All right. How do you do this again?
You go to
Over
skills, select the
Yeah,
select
yeah, yeah. And then you. Oh wow! I rolled snake eyes. No, I don't recognize it. It smells like perfume to me.
Yeah. You sniff in, and your allergies kick in.
Fantastic. I don't have any Kleenex dispenser in here. Note to self: upgrades.
Oh. Ah,
Whatever it is that you sniffed in, it just irritates your sinuses to the point that you can feel them starting to expand almost immediately. It's like
gross.
the worst of the allergy season for you.
The question,
Nothing like alien dandruff, or what's the thing that they not dandruff, the pollen, alien pollen.
No, we're not wanting Covenant.
I don't know what that means.
Have you not seen Alien Covenant?
No.
I've seen all of them.
Alien tree sex.
Yeah, so it's the spore. It's the spores from the fungus. Infects you had the back ripper because of that.
Yes, that's right.
Right. As we're kind of driving along, okay, just kind of
10
like
miles per hour.
Yeah, looking out, onto the streets. Is there like any bodies? Is there like destroy? I mean, how well? I know we're talking about a ruined city, but like how ruined?
Hundreds of years, maybe.
You would say in centuries rather than decades.
Right. Okay. And would this just seem to be from decay, or is there like when we're looking, is there anything that would suggest that this city's been ruined like due to warfare? Like, there's like, we're looking down like one street and there's like craters. Or do the streets still look to be relatively pristine?
They look relatively pristine, aside of rubble on top of the roads. You can see there is a road there, and some buildings have collapsed on it. Some buildings have collapsed partly on it, and some just have lost some parts of it. No road is clean and clean enough to drive without having to do swerving or at best case clearing something.
Imagine post-apocalyptic everything on the freeways.
So does it look like this building, this city was poorly built and then just decayed over time? Or does it look like it's been damaged and then things started falling apart?
Architecture with education.
Architecture, that's a skill?
It's a science, architecture. Or professional architecture, whichever you got.
Architecture doesn't seem to exist.
No, it isn't. So it falls under science or science or profession.
Okay. Science, education. Hopefully I'll roll better than a 2. That's a little better than a 2.
A little.
Wow.
Oh, I probably should check how much you rolled.
9 plus 4 is 13.
Yeah, 13. Yeah, you check them out. Well, as far as you can say from just standing next to Stargate, this would be up to code in New York City. So the buildings are not as tall, but you would assume they are as dense as New York City. Just
so basically, only up to something has damaged them, and that's what's caused them to fall over, as opposed to
just like time and stuff. You know,
you as you are gazing at it, you would say that is erosion doing its job.
That's not going to affect a well-designed building.
Yes, it is. It affects mountains. It will affect buildings.
It might mountains in 100 years either. Maybe 1,000 years.
This is what he was saying. It's been a long time. He did say that. It wasn't like decades.
Like, I think we should probably go find get out the van, find the spot, and go on foot. We'll probably get more information this way.
Is there Basically, what Mac's looking for is, does there appear to be any structure that appears to still be intact?
Not at a glance, no.
No.
That's not a good spot for it.
How about we go around? Like, are we at the edge of the city or in the middle of the city, or?
That's a good
You
question.
don't know. You are
Well,
surrounded
we
in
look
all
behind us.
directions.
Okay. Oh, all directions. Okay, so
all
we're in the-
directions
we're
you
in
are
the middle
surrounded
then.
by the city.
Okay.
Right.
So you
So that
are
would be
within
the middle
the
of the city somewhere.
Mm.
As far as you know, you might be middle of the city. Yeah.
Right.
GPS stopped working. That's not the compass. We're traveling.
Yes.
We're
It's not going to work. We're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy.
Actually, I don't even know that GPS was around then. Yeah, I guess it was.
Yes, it
around then.
was.
Yeah, it was definitely around then.
Used in Desert Storm.
So, but my compass is we're traveling east northeast, if that means anything.
Okay. First off, you check your compass, and the compass seems to be doing this sort of maneuver.
Oh, crap.
Not that fast, but you first
Yeah.
you get in the car, you start heading somewhere, and you notice your compass seems to be drifting a little. You were going that way, you were going south along the road. The road doesn't change, but suddenly you realize that you're actually not going south. You're going
So there's no
southeast.
magnetic pole to attract a regular compass.
And when you stop and just wait a minute, you can see it moves just slow enough that your
drifts.
eye doesn't recognize that it moves, unless you make a notation and wait a minute.
By the way, the car, my 1985 car had a compass like built into it, into the dashboard.
Ooh, that's amazing.
So there's a lot of cars. I mean, you could also buy compasses that can put that. But yeah, I have an in-car compass on the top that's just like slowly rotating. I'm like just typing it, ting, ting, ting. All right, so like we're totally. All right, that's not gonna work either. Next up,
We'll just have to make a good map of where we're going. Except I don't have anywhere to write a map. So.
well, like we could totally follow these tar tracks, and we're leaving in this road. I mean, it is like a dirt road. It's not paved road, I wouldn't imagine.
There you go. You're happy now.
No, I liked your other one better.
Yeah, we like the other one better. Go back to. Wait, can I draw a penis?
You can draw a penis on the map.
That's what I was gonna do. No, let's
Oh,
not
okay.
do that.
Huh? Either way, yeah, as you drive down the road, you realize there's side roads, alleys, ways other way. Eventually, you come into a T section. You have to pick a direction. You pick one that is according to your tastes, and it is literally like driving in a large metropolitan city, with the exception that you might as well be driving in a war-torn city because none of the buildings seems to be standing up. You are quite sure. Quite sure that and there's absolutely nothing intact.
I like. Don't think there's gonna be any life signs. Let's.
Oh, by the way, Dan, when you rolled your architecture,
Mhm.
you do realize that there are metal light posts in there.
Metal light posts
As in lamps.
in the like street lights.
Street lights, yes, those.
Okay, but they're still standing.
Some of them are, not all of them.
Do they or did they have light bulbs in them?
You examine them, and there doesn't seem to be anything combustible in them.
I'm gonna stop the van and let's get out and go on and check stuff out on foot. See if we could get any better readings, better information.
Okay, you are surrounded by several large buildings. These seem to be stretching all the way up to, you would say about 150 feet in the air.
Like, this kind of reminds me of downtown LA, but like,
Much, it's a bit denser since LA is built for cars. This one doesn't seemingly be built for cars, but they are tall.
but like totally abandoned and stuff. Oh, this is, and it seems more advanced than Indra was, right?
Yeah, these are definitely, the buildings are definitely not carved in the solid rock. And with handmade tools, this seems like somebody has been intentionally building them. The materials that are used for building seem to be metal and stone, and you would assume some manner of concrete, as well as bricks.
Yeah. Wow.
And from the light posts, we would presume they had electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't know if that's what you were trying to allude me to, but so something somewhere generated the power for this.
Oh, let's see if I could pull out some background radiation. Looking for specially tuned to find the direction for the like see if there's any more of those red power sources around here. They usually tune into this type of radiation.
Okay, give me a science roll with a boon.
Can do.
With intellect and boon. The boon does you nothing.
Yeah.
Well, you look around with your gear. Well, your roll is surprised. Where do you get a -2 on it? You don't have science?
You know what? It's because I didn't click on science. I clicked on it. It was on was it on intellect or dexterity?
Which stat did you use again?
Science is on intellect.
And you're getting a -2 on it. Is that intentional?
Oh, I'm not trained in it. That's why.
Yeah. So
That's
you're not trained in it. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you get some sort of readings on your device, and you're like, okay, we're getting readings.
You want me to take a look and see what they mean?
Then you're like,
I'm trained in this.
Yeah, let me, because I'm like, okay, it's like I can't get a good reading. It's detecting something, and then you could just grab it and try it out. Go
Science intellect, you said?
Yeah, you get a -3 on it.
Oh, goody.
Because he has been messing with the device.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, even with -3, you managed to roll pretty high. Yeah. You
Especially
see
if I got
that
the boon.
when he was pressing the buttons, he was just causing more harm than good by adding more lines of text there to confuse you. But you were able to just scroll past over there and start going around with scan details and get the thing like, here's how you use it, and yeah, you start getting some minor signs like it's when you scan it around, it goes. When last time you detected these things, it goes. Now it's just barely, just the tiniest bit above background radiation. When you go over it, and then you
little bars like little.
It needs to be exactly right for it to go. And if you go too fast over it, it doesn't even notice it.
Is there a direction to this, or
Yeah, it's a very specific direction pointing towards one of the large buildings.
let's go investigate that large building over there?
Yeah. Yeah, it's mostly in ruins, and any just clambering towards it, you'll figure out that the sign is actually downwards towards the cellar of the thing, underneath the building.
Okay.
That sounds like a good thing.
And so at this point, Mac's going to take point, pull out his laser rifle, and, you know, check out the site first before, you know, Ratchet and Clank behind me.
So you want to do a stealth recon?
Yes.
Okay, let's be both in the order of your preference.
Let's do the stealth first.
How bad are we screwed up? Okay. The usual Mac rolls. Oh,
No. Hey. Don't
By the
you
way-
dare jinx me.
I know. I already got it out of the way with my snake eyes.
And then my recon.
All right, I should have given you a pain because of your because of your allergies. Well, it would not have actually changed anything because your science roll was in the. Oh well, yeah, the bane would not have changed a lot. It's still 9 even with the bane. Yeah. Okay. Right. So you proceed to go forward, stealthy as the cat in the night. Just minor as a piece of rubble moves underneath your foot, but no more than what the wind is causing surroundings anyway. You explore what you assume to be the ground level. There's only a narrow entrance into it, and it appears that there's not a long way to get to the entrance that seems to be downwards. But all the other exits have been blocked. It's like a video game that is pointing you towards your objective without offering you a side route anywhere. The ruined first floor seems to be completely empty.
Mhm.
There's nothing. Just empty buildings. Just empty rooms. Some rubble here and there, but you notice the lack of furniture. Notice the lack of any decorations. Just like the artist was too lazy to model any extra content into the room.
Or
Oh,
cheap
so you have a
budget on
map for this
sci-fi show.
somewhere. Okay.
What?
Or which one of us? We
It's
both
just
like
the
the
same
same.
poster everywhere.
There's not even the poster.
Oh,
It's just very low budget, man.
The only decoration are the caved in side exits that just have a the usual stack of rubble that is blocking the way towards it. But there you do find a doorway that you assume once held a door or something, and then there is a stairway made out of metal that leads downwards. You did not enter.
It's like a little bit collapsed. We could go this way.
Every time we're walking along the hallway, we pass a door and it's got a little crack in it, and we walk by and there's another door and there's the exact same crack. They just kept drawing the same door over and over again. Then we get to this way. Yeah, okay.
And this one is opened.
I lost a
Oh.
kitty and Froggy gained a kitty. How unfair. I want the kitty
Flashlights.
too.
Yeah, flashlights, IR goggles.
I'm
Well,
just
we gotta
gonna
find something here.
I'm just gonna turn, back. Well, gun the rifle was pointing down the corridor that we're in, but just gonna turn back ahead to these two, and I'll just go. Well,
Let's go
where's your signal pointing to?
downstairs.
Down the stairs.
So,
Let's go.
your first area of concern is how sturdy is this metal ladder that has been
Is it
possibly
a
abandoned
ladder
for
or is it
no,
a stairwell?
Both?
a ladder of stairwells? No wait, a stairwell of ladders.
Stairs made out of metal.
Stairs made of metal that go in the square formation.
All right. You just see
How far down does it go?
The second we step on it, it groans and like.
Yeah,
I'm
basically.
just testing it out a wee bit.
Yeah, it
Just
says.
Oh, it's a cat.
How just
Metal
looking over
groaning sounds are weird to do. Okay, guys.
right. Looking over the banister, how can I see how far a drop it is?
Well, you look down with your flashlight in hand. Give me a recon roll.
Recon. There.
Okay, you estimate that it's about a drop of some 60 feet.
Okay, we
So
don't want
How
to
many
drop.
stories is that?
Six.
Just the one Stargate story.
Yeah.
6 stories.
Yeah, 10 foot per story.
Maybe
Yeah,
like
so-
13, 14 feet
so
per
two-
story. Yeah.
2 stories? About. Oh, wait. That's 10 foot per story. So
There'd be 4 stories with, because really, besides the 10-foot ceiling, there's also like in between beams, 2 beams, So let's just round it up to like 4.
I'm going to use one of Jaelle's leftover glow sticks, and I'm just going to drop it.
on the bottom there is now a light. The ladder looks even more foreboding with the light coming from underneath and casting all the shadows of its skeletal frame onto the walls of the stairwell.
So you're saying it was like it's going in a square like this on
Yeah.
the way down?
Yeah.
Okay, so we can go down the middle
You good? Yeah.
by rope.
Not just jumping.
60 feet. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Choices. I mean,
There's
you can do the thing.
You
there's
can.
two. There's
We can
two
use our
ways-
jetpacks. Oh, wait, we forgot our jetpacks.
There's kind of 2 ways I'm thinking about doing this. Is either you hug the wall, and you go down that way, right? Basically, you're hoping that's where the staircase,
It's the
where
sturdiest, yes.
is against the wall. It's either that or we just rappel down.
Or we could do both.
Mhm.
Hug the stairwell, hug the wall while being tied off to a rope.
Yep.
And if the stairwell gives way, well, then we're not going to fall to our death
Mhm.
or our seriously woundedness.
All right, I like it. Tie off. I'll go back to the van, get at least 100-foot piece of the rope, sturdy. Where do we tie it off to? Fancy 4-way to tie it off to. There should be some stuff around here. This feels solid. Here, let me tie it to this thing here.
Giant, large chunk of rubble.
Pretty much. Like
And from now on, we are going to call that rock Barney.
Mhm.
Barney Rubble.
Bad.
That's Tone's reference.
So power source down.
Yep.
I like this is totally more advanced tech than where we've been so far. So I'm really curious to see what kind of stuff they have down there at the basement.
Yay! So, you decided to rappel down. So give me athletics rolls, all of you.
Well, no, we're going down the stairs
Mhm.
on the hugging the outside
Hmm.
while tied off. And if the stairwell gives, then we'll have to rappel down, but otherwise we'll just go down the stairs.
Okay, so you are doing it the careful style of wandering around. You got the rope. Yeah, it works because there's the center stairwell, the
Yeah.
rope.
And
so
also the
yeah.
rope is there because just in case it all collapses and we fall down to the ground, like, well, at least we can fucking climb back up.
Unless
That
the
too.
construction takes the rope with it, because tying it to a piece of rubble just means it's going to send a catapult stone after you.
Rubble in the other room, but yeah, I mean, hopefully it won't be a
I'm
catastrophic
assuming
thing
you
that
used some
destroys-
sort of pythons to smack it into the concrete-esque walls.
Sounds like a good plan, yes.
Yeah.
Because
We've done all of that.
totes. did you tie that proper? Yeah.
It's like totally safe. It's
Okay.
triple.
It's Ocean 11 flashbacks to how
I used
we
a
did
twist
it.
tie. Yeah. I
Roll
used a
me
twist tie.
athletics with a boon.
All
All
of
of
us?
us.
Oh yeah.
Great. Don't have that.
Use
Yes.
dexterity or strength at your leisure.
10.
Ooh.
Athletics with a
Rolls.
boom.
I rolled boxcars
Oh,
and a
shit.
boon of 6.
Jeez.
I hovered down.
Yeah.
Because I don't have athletics. What? How do I not have athletics? Oh, damn it.
It wasn't part of your basic training, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I think Army has athletics as basic training.
That's what I did. That's
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it does. Let's double
yeah.
check
That's
this.
what's throwing me off here.
Yeah, totally.
That
And
doesn't make sense.
You were pure military grunt,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
No, you did change careers, but yeah, athletics is your service skill, so you should have a.
I'll put a train on it. And yep. And that adds
Three,
Plus
so
plus
it's a
3,
three.
so I got
That adds
9.
3 to it.
Yeah. So okay.
You're
And
going
one-
first so that we're following you, so you take all the the not such good steps, and then I'm second, so I'm like, I'm following your
No.
steps.
The
And I'm the
stairwell
one who's not trained in
creaks.
athletics.
Mhm.
The stairwell creaks constantly,
Yeah.
agonizingly. It is the stuff of nightmares, and even though it's only 60 feet down, it's still at least 160 feet as you go around it and around it and around it. But when you finally do get down with your slow and steady approach, the stairwell seems to hold, despite all of its creaking, and you find yourselves staring in the darkness with your flashlights at the first actual door that you've seen. This is a bona fide freaking door.
Material?
Adorable.
Material metal. It is very, very familiar in structure. It's just a piece of metal with a handle on it. The handle does not have a knob, but it is one of those European styles. It's not a knob. It's the handle.
The
It's
thing
stuck on
that
both
goes like
ends.
this, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
You have the. Yeah.
Actually, it's like this. There we go.
Oh well, I was actually
And
thinking
then
about that what you have
Oh.
on a lid,
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
the arc style. Anyway, yeah.
I
English failed
understood
me.
what Carlos said. I had no idea what you said. An arc. Yeah. It's a door. Okay.
It's a door with a handle on it. The handle doesn't shift as you touch it. As you pull it, you are greeted by created by a door that opens with less creaking than you expect. And behind it, there's a room that is more high tech and more pristine than what you've seen above. It is
Whoa.
the walls are smooth. There's a couple of beams of metal, I-beams of metal protruding in it. There's painted some sort of symbols on the wall. And then on the other side, you can only describe it as a door of a vault. It's a large metal door, like you can immediately see that it's protruding from the sides of the wall. It's a thick metal construction, and the best part is, it's not even closed. It is open in such a way that you can't immediately see what's in there, but it is
Once we get closer,
part,
we'll be able
part
to.
open. Yeah,
It's a jar.
it's ajar again.
The door is ajar. Oh, we have a picture of that, don't we?
Yeah.
The door is ajar. Yes.
Yes.
Whoa.
And one minor detail is there seems to be furniture down here. Some you would assume discarded items, as well as you would assume the discarded remains of things that have been abandoned, small pieces of metal and items that seem broken.
Oh, I think like somebody lives here.
Or lived here.
Is there machinery or
No,
electronics or stuff?
This room seems to be aside of the discarded items. There doesn't seem to be anything worth noting. No electronics, no nothing.
You said there were symbols on the wall?
Yeah, there were symbols on the wall, and I forgot there is. You assume an electronic panel next to the vault door.
I'll take a look at the symbols and see if I can recognize them.
Sure. Linguistics, education.
Language, okay.
Yeah, language. Sorry.
11.
11.
Nice.
It says 4 and 1.
5. Oh, sorry, it wasn't a test. It says 4 and 1.
Yeah. The symbols for 4 and 1. There's no and symbol. Just 4 and
Yeah.
4, 1. Yeah.
So are they beside each other? So does it say 41? Or
it could be room 4, room 1, or it could be room.
Okay. We appear to be in room 4-1.
And since you do understand it, it is in Hindi. You would assume this is indication that is 41.
I'll be back in 30 seconds.
Uh-oh. Let's have an ad break. Where's my ad?
As we start going into it, right now is a good time to take a break.
Run a 30-second ad break?
Yeah, let's just take until 1:30, and we'll be back at 30 minutes.
In
See
10
you
minutes,
then.
yeah, like around 10 minutes, yeah. All right, cool.
Let's see, where can I? There's the break.
One of those things you hold on to.
As I was saying, this was
not live yet.
some time ago, but there was a exercise between NATO troops and Finnish troops in Norway.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where they script out in advance what's going to happen.
You have to, yes.
Yeah. So script out what is going to happen, but obviously they don't tell all the players what's going to happen. like the brass makes the plans and so forth.
There's a shared war game. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. I'm with you.
shared war game. So Finnish troops are stationed there. These are conscripts, like regular Joes that have a bit of extra training, because these are volunteer corps, sort of thing. By the way, they are there, and U.S. Marines are tasked to infiltrate the rear ranks by helicopter convoy, land in, take out the command and supply lines, and then just surround and destroy the rest in piecemeal. So they come with choppers, and they land down perfect Marine style. Like this is peak Marine performance on behalf of the Marines. On behalf of the pilots.
Sure.
This catches the Finns completely by surprise. The Finnish troops are like, what the shit is going on? But they do one snafu on the American part.
Oh boy.
Their intelligence was not able to find the Finns before they landed. The camouflage positions of the Finnish positions was so good, their military intelligence was unable to spot them before they landed on the designated spots. So once they landed, the Finns picked up rifles, headed in started defending, and the entire board of judges were like, yeah, that attack was a bust. The Marine Corps got owned.
Wow.
By conscripts.
Fantastic. Yes.
The mechanized Marine Corps with helicopters, air superiority was beaten by conscripts of the freaking logistics division. Which in Finnish army is where we send those that are not fit. Yes, the reject squads.
Wow.
People who have deformities, people who are who don't fit the front lines. You put them into logistics division.
You're not going to be a fighter. Well, you're still part of the army, but there's no way
you're going to be driving the vehicles, and you're going to be the secretary to the colonel, because you can at least read. And these guys picked up rifles and defeated the Marine Corps. So
fantastic.
It reminds me of the story of the Americans.
Nice stuff from the conscript, says Froggy. Oh, we're back.
Yeah.
Oh, we're back.
No.
Oh, wow. And it's again not recording the freaking chat. Boom.
Yeah, it's there.
Nice group stealth from the conscripts. Yeah, yes it is.
No, it reminds me of the one about the American base that was put in the UK, and the Americans were so confident about the security of it. They basically they were like, okay, who do we think we want to test it? Call down to Hereford and get them to send some of the SAS guys, right? We're talking about this place. It had guard dogs. It had 2 companies of Marines, search towers with searchlights, you name it, barbed wire. There's a small minefield, okay, around it. And it's like after a week, the general's just going, it's not hurt hide or hair. Nothing's like tripped. So he goes, I think they've forgotten about us. Calls down to Hereford and he goes, just double checking. You did try our security measures. And they go, just double checking. You're in your office, aren't you, General? He goes, yeah. Pull open your top right drawer and feel at the top of it. Does so, and he pulls out a cap badge for the SAS.
Nice. Fantastic.
Amazing. On the note of American security, we have touched the Marines. We have touched the base security. I think that's airfield base. So let's tackle the Navy. Did you know that in war games, and there was a single Swedish submarine borrowed for the war games? The Swedish submarine sank freaking aircraft carrier and got
Wow.
away
Yeah.
scot-free despite alarms
Because
being raised.
it has Starlink engines. That's why. It's not got. Well, it's a diesel sub, but it also has Starlink engines. So it's fucking quieter than some of the American. Okay, it's slow, but I was able to get in place without anyone hearing nothing.
You don't need to be quick, because if the enemy can't
It's the sniper of
detect you,
submarines.
it can't kill you. Well,
Yeah.
it technically can, but it's very, very hard since the sea is deep and
Yeah.
rather big.
Yeah,
You can
but it's
you
the
can drop a lot
price-
of dive bombs, but if you have no idea where you're
think-
dropping them, it's
I think the price comparison was £50 million sub against $3.2 billion
That sounds right.
worth of aircraft carrier.
That's right.
and who knows how many other ships that the sub just decided to sink, because why not?
But it's not even that. You think about when America says, yeah, we have sent out the USS Enterprise to the Gulf. They've just basically said, no, we've not just sent out the USS Enterprise. We have sent out the entire fleet that is tasked to protect
Yeah.
and supply that fucking thing, right?
Yep.
So you
that's
have
that's 3.8 billion in one aircraft carrier, and another
30 billion in ships.
30 billion in
Protect.
ships and miscellaneous gear to
Support.
protect that 3.2 billion dollars.
Yeah.
I don't think the rest of the fleet combines up to that, but it's like another 3 billion
No,
along those lines.
well, I'm just being ridiculous.
Yeah.
here.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Enough about
Moving
war
on, yeah,
games.
sorry,
We have our own game.
Yep, sure. Talk about war games.
infiltrating and interrogating. Now I'm in the mood to interrogate this guy. Sorry, wrong guy.
Mhm.
Like totally.
So, you are left looking at a large metal door, round in its shape and made of thick metal.
Let's look in the vault.
You creep
Oh.
in,
It's got a side panel.
and yeah, there's a side panel, yes, but it seems dead at first look. You get to it, and yeah. Okay, looking in, there's darkness waiting on the other side. But there's what you would call an atrium behind it.
Whoa.
There's several stories downwards, like surrounded by a catwalk. Oh, yes. Surrounded by a catwalk and several doors. Imagine yourself to be looking at one of the fallout walls. This is a living space.
It's
Like-
like, is it
I
as
was
big
gonna-
as an underground city? I'm gonna be quiet. You're still
No.
describing.
Yeah. You see ornamentation. You see chairs. You see windows with clear glass. You see everything but signs of actual movement. Even tables and some plates on the tables where sustenance has been acquired.
Do you see Men in Black, where they open the vault and is it sort of like that, where like you've got all around and down below was where all the
Yeah.
people were
Underground
working?
city.
Sort
Yeah.
of like that. It's not that big, but that is the general feeling. It's a bit more camped, like you would assume.
There's an underground fallout shelter that
Yeah.
has been converted into a living space, but there's no sign of movement or life yet.
Yeah.
Whoa. I wonder how many people this place used to have. Like a lot of chairs and shit.
There's several smaller quarters, or like smaller rooms around.
Does the catwalk look more sturdy than the stairwell did?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to have nearly as much of wear and tear. There's some rust on it, yes, but the paint is mostly intact.
Structurally held together by the paint. That's not really encouraging, but okay.
I'm just saying,
Before we go into
there
the
was
vault-
no paint on the
Yeah.
stairway up there.
Is there any rubble on the floor we're in?
You don't see any.
Like,
Like this layer of dust, but that's it.
okay. Is there anything in the room that we can use to block open the vault door in case it decides to close?
Well, there's pieces of furniture, but they are inside the vault.
You want to just like pull it all the way open, or should we go into the inside? Because we need to
Yeah.
go check that out.
As you're looking at the door itself is like 2 feet thick.
Pretty immobile.
It takes a lot of force to open it.
Yeah, I don't know that we could secure this from closing even if we tried. Well,
A big rock would do it, but unless
let's just take
somehow this gets
like
power again.
let's just take one of these chairs that we saw in the room that we're in. Wait. Did you describe something like an object here, furniture? You described furniture.
Yeah,
in
there
the
are
room
chairs.
That was empty.
There's a lot. Oh, yeah. There is
Not in the vault room, but like in the room
in the
leading into it.
antechamber. There was some refuse.
Perfect. There we go. Let's put that, and that
Yep,
solves that
hope for the
problem.
best. Okay.
You stick something in the wall door grooves and things to block it from completely closing. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, this will hold.
This will totally hold.
Sure. And we've got the vault door here. Open.
Oh, we're drawing stuff.
The room is like this. And there's a catwalk around the inside.
Yeah. And there's
And
also
there's doors off the sides. Whoa, that was cool. I need another color. How about that's a pretty color. And you say there's doors off to the sides on the catwalk?
Yeah.
So like that would
all but the direction you came in from.
I'm just gonna put 2 on each side. I don't know how many there actually are.
Yeah.
So there's doors along.
Yep, and there's also a stairway on the opposite side of the stairs down on the opposite side of the catwalk. They only like 1 floor.
Right, so it's
There's
not
the
like a
There's a
spiral
direct
staircase.
stairs, yeah. Leading down to the floor below, and there's like tables and chairs, and the chairs around the tables.
Okay, I'm not gonna draw tables and chairs.
And
Yeah. The
you
people still.
you beam the light down, and you can see. You would assume some sort of eating area down there.
Still no movement, though, right?
How far does the be? I'm guessing the fact that the beam of light is like what? It's not stupidly deep of the beam of lights.
No.
We feel that.
This is like 2 floors. That's it.
Okay.
Does it have its own natural lights? Have its not natural light source? It wouldn't be. It's underground, but does it have any light source?
The only light in here is what you bring with you.
Right.
Well, let's go check it out a little further. I want to see what this is all about.
Okay. We sweep this catwalk first, then we head down.
You're the
Okay.
boss.
Okay, here's a broom.
I mean, I'm the boss, but yeah, okay.
You can start sweeping. Let's go clockwise because that's always the best move. So clocks go that way. So the lowest, and let's see, this door here
Yep.
would be the first one we get to. Is there any like labeling on the door?
Yeah. You recognize the name of the goddess of healing.
Ah. Okay, this is probably a med bay of some kind.
It's
Or unless the real goddess is inside, in which case, well.
shit.
Because we do really well with gods.
Yeah. Is there like a door handle, or does it seem to be like a slide door? I mean, what does the arrangement for this door seem to be like?
What would you like it to
Yeah. What would you like it to be?
The same as the other door we came across. Untrapped and easy to open.
be?
With a nice big window that we can look through first to see if there's like a Velociraptor waiting on the other side.
Also, my correction, it's god of healing, not goddess of healing.
Okay. It's the goddess of healing's husband.
Havandari.
What?
Danwandari is the name of the goddess.
Apandari, did you
Don
say?
Vandari? Sounds like a mafia boss. I broke John.
And I apologize to any of our listeners from India.
Yep.
We respect your culture.
We totally are disrespecting your gods.
It's because we do not know how to pronounce for shit.
Yeah. My excuse is I'm American. I just offend everybody worldwide. And for good reason.
You
you
do
even
that
offend
just
other
by
Americans.
existing. Come on.
Okay, so do we
do
want
more
to
than just
go into the room, or do we want to find out what all the other rooms are first?
I would say double check every room.
Okay,
As
so
we
I'll go this one next.
Well, let's go into this. Let's go into
Oh,
this one. The god of healing one first.
okay, so the opposite of what you said. Okay,
No,
let's go into that room.
we'll
then.
check them. Let's check out each room. Let me preface this. So
Okay.
I'm actually check out each room first before we move on to the next one.
Okay, let's
yeah,
go in
we
this
don't want to
room
be
then.
trapped from behind.
Since we know this is a nice, easy to open handled door with
Mhm.
no traps on it.
Mm,
So
I
That's
know
what
you can open
you
the
said,
door
what
now
did you
that you
want it to
said
be?
that.
I love it
you
so
said,
much.
What did you want it to be? Oh, there we go.
Yes, I love it.
that is what you wanted to be. What it actually is.
Facehugger.
You
Anyways.
touch the door and you disappear from existence.
No.
You touch the door and it's a mimic.
Okay, you enter the room and it is indeed untapped, the door. And what you see in it, you would ascribe to be a bare bones setup of a medical bay. There's some sort of simple beds. There's cabinets with the symbol of God of Healing ascribed to them, and there is even a small shrine of Havantari at the end but aside of that, it seems rather sparse when it comes to evil. Though there is a single mummified corpse on one of the beds.
He's dead, Jim.
Is he?
I'm gonna walk forward just and hit the flashlight right on, to like I want to guesstimate how long or how I'm mummified. I think this guy's been here for at least
Education medic.
Did you say
Tell me you have
hit-
that, right?
I got that.
Okay.
I would just love it. You like touch the boy and it just goes, "Ow, I'm sleeping here."
Oi. Oi, I ain't bothering your nap, am I?
Whoa.
This
This dude's looks like he's been here for at least
100 years.
Yeah. Alright. Wonder what happened to him.
As you do examine it, you see bite marks on him. human bite marks.
Is the body human?
Yes.
Looks like somebody took chunks out of him.
He doesn't seem to be wearing any clothing, and it's definitely a he.
I'm not sure you'd be able to tell that after 100 years, but okay.
Okay, there's some bits that even mummified remain to denote something. But yeah, somebody has clearly taken bites out of him.
Whoa. All right. Nothing else in here that looks interesting.
Any medical, like alien medical supplies in here that we would potentially recognize?
Yeah, I would say investigation.
Okay, investigation. Oh. Trying to find it because oh, there it is. Intellect. Investigate intellect.
Yeah.
9.
9. You found 9. Right. You look around and you find what you see, what you would assume to be bandages. But as you pick it up, it starts turning into dust when you apply a little bit of pressure, and some vials containing liquid. The corks are made out of wood, and they are the liquid in the vials is still flowing.
Are there any other vials in this room that are bigger and empty?
Sorry, are there any vials that are bigger and empty? No.
No.
You don't see any such things.
Just out of curiosity, you know, with my new little friend, okay? Mm-hmm. When I'm looking over and I'm there at, like, say, the files that Dan's looking at, am I getting any kind of like alerts or anything like that coming off them?
Ah, yes. I do believe you will need to roll intellect and computers.
Oh, I don't have computers.
It's one of the skills you gotta train to use this device for.
Yeah.
You mean electronics?
Yeah, electronics
Yeah.
computer, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that either.
No. Okay.
Intellect, you said?
Yep.
What were you trying to do?
He wants
Basically,
to access his buddy.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
nope.
He rolled an 8.
I know,
Yeah,
that's ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah. You catch glimpses of like detecting presence of glass, and you know,
Yeah.
Detecting
the
cork.
things you recognizes like
I'm gonna
glass,
get
H2O.
I want to get past that without opening it and putting my finger or like dropping it in my mouth.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you just keep
Just throw it at him. Yeah.
every time you do the scan, your attention just fixates on the things you understand and not the things you don't understand, which in turn leads you to doing the scan again and getting you into a loop.
Right.
Which you then eventually stop, but that just causes you a minor headache.
Let's keep moving on.
I was thinking, can I use my scientific toolkit to figure?
Oh,
If you want to open it.
I don't want to open it. I want to scan it.
Well, you don't have time colders, do you?
I have a scientific med kit or scientific toolkit.
Yeah, that's going to involve you. It's basically you popping it open, taking a pipette, and then taking a sample.
Do you really want to do that?
I put on my breather mask.
Do you really want to do that in a non-sterile environment?
Oh, this is a med bay. It's a sterile
Dan,
maybe 100 years ago.
All right. You know that lead box
We could leave some mysteries
Lots of
unsolved.
padding,
Mhm.
lots of padding, and put like a couple of the vials in there.
Yeah.
We-
But I mean, I'm not saying you can't do it. There's 2 vials.
Okay.
So you could do whatever you want with the other one, but take the other one with you. Cerafoxx is saying, do it.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. It's probably what made the people go crazy and bite each other.
It's literally probably just nothing. It's probably just something that Wooster made up on the just to add flavor to the room. Come on.
I'm going to
Hey,
pack them very
dude.
carefully and put them in the lead box.
Dude. I'm making all of it up.
That's true.
Just not saying when I made it on. But I made
Okay.
all of it up.
Packing, putting it in the lead box. That lead box has come in very handy.
Mm-hmm. So you want to protect it from radiation.
and bouncing.
It's got foam padding
Yeah.
inside.
Yep. You place
There's
the
mystery
vials in there.
stuff called what's that mattress? You make mattresses tops off of it.
I know
Make
what's in Finnish.
Headphones, the very squishy foam, whatever. I can't remember.
It's
Doesn't matter. Moving on.
packing foam.
Sure. Let's go find what's behind door number 2, or what's labeled on door number 2.
On door number 2, unupdated.
What?
Yeah, it's just chat saying unupdated.
Unobtainium, yes.
Yeah.
Second
Well, there's
one.
going to be a Navi in the next room then. Seriously.
Mm.
Second one is second one is Vishnu. You recognize that guy, don't you?
Mm. Vishnam Bande Jagat Guru Shri Vishnam Bande Jagat Guru.
Oh boy.
Which this is gonna sound stupid. Which god was he again?
What god wasn't Vishnu?
Son.
Right. Let me just describe it.
He's kind of
Vishnu has always been associated with economic activities.
Server and protector of the universe. Okay,
Well, that's
generic. What's behind door number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Behind door number 2, you find yourselves looking at what seems to be an office. There's a large desk. There's remains of a well-worn chair. There's someone sitting in the corner of the room, desiccated. There's some cabinets with cabinets with drawers on them. A painting on the back wall behind the desk, and a nice table with lots and lots of what you would assume to be square-shaped cans. All of them open and emptied.
Square-shaped cans.
Yeah, like a tin can where you store food,
Yeah.
but then square in shape.
Well,
instead.
but the kind that you threw like a pin, like sardines.
or
These are more
nuts, or like a square with a round hole for the lid, and you have nuts inside. I don't know.
Something along
That's
those lines.
from my
It's,
childhood.
There
Containers,
are containers, but they're in different style than yours.
Are they labeled? What was in them?
Let's
Yeah.
get close and investigate.
Yeah. You go and investigate the table of trophies. You start going through them, and they seem to be labeled with various goods, edibles of various kinds. You would assume they are the Hindi names for various things. You recognize some of the things, like there's onions in that one, garlic in that one, rice in that one.
Few
Some
Mars
stuff you don't
bars.
know in
Okay.
that one, some stuff you don't know in that one. That one apparently has some sort of meat, but you don't recognize the animal, and yada yada yada.
Okay.
These are definitely edibles. Some of them you have no conceptual idea what they are. The images are mostly faded, but you would assume some manner of delicacies.
Just further double check while this is going on. I'm just gonna actually go and say, what does your reading for the power signature says where it's coming from?
I don't know. What does it say, Wooster?
Okay, it's still downwards, and
Alright.
it is
The signal stronger now?
behind the stairway on the downstairs.
Right, okay.
Is this body like does it have bite marks? What was up with those bite marks?
Okay, you go investigate the body. First thing you notice that it is holding what you would assume a gun.
Whoa.
And there seems to be a rather large hole on his head.
Oh,
From
This
the
does not
side?
bode well.
Like, did he shoot himself?
That would be the implication, yes.
He ate the bullet.
Yep.
When he ran out of food, he ate the bullet.
Hmm.
The last
Now,
meal you ever
what's
need.
Interesting. Please seek help. We do not promote.
yes.
That'll say.
Yes, eating lead is bad for you. In all senses, lead is a toxin. Don't eat lead.
Yes.
I want to comment that, whoa, like this area totally reminds me of like Earth, but different. And then I want to see what kind of weapon this is. How weapon.
You pick it up, and it is what's the word for it? It's a pepper box pistol.
What?
It's a pistol with several barrels on it.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely one shot per barrel.
Technology-wise, how, like, if I was to try to compare this to
those
Earth
things, yeah.
tech,
You
1800s?
would like industrial period.
gotcha. Whoa.
Is there anything on the desk? Like, did this guy have a computer?
Yeah, there seems to be some electronic devices on the desk.
Investigate?
Sure.
Electronics?
Sure.
With intellect or education?
Education.
My best roll. How can I screw it up? By rolling a 10. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's 2 and 3, so that's not that bad. So you approach the device and you see that it's old, it's dusty, it's made from metal and some manner of wood, and it appears to be without power.
Not surprised. Pack it away, but not in the lead box.
It's big.
Well, how big is it? Laptop size or is it PC size?
Oh, it seems to be it seems to be like
Typewriter with a monitor on top.
not that, but it also seems to be mounted onto the not mounted, but it's
Built into the desk?
built into the desk, so it's like one of those styles.
Okay, then
Just
just
take pictures.
Take pictures.
Take pictures of it. Yeah.
This gun is cursed. I'm not taking it back with me, but I'm just taking pictures as well. Just documentation. Whoa, this doesn't bode
While you're
well.
also investigating the desk, you find a stash of bullets with metal cartridges on them.
Those we can take with us. Well, a few samples anyway.
Actually, yeah, that would be curious to see how they.
Yeah. They seem to be oddly, not oddly, but like surprisingly similar to the designs you have at home. I mean, one would assume a good design doesn't have many variations, does it?
Probably not.
Hmm.
All right. I just drew a dot for no reason. There we go. Next room.
Right. This one is dedicated to
We'll search Indian gods.
Krishna. And you go, as you look in, it seems to be several holding cells.
For the god of bliss.
Yep.
Oh, so this is where the prostitutes were kept. Okay.
Maybe, we don't know. Holding cells like with bars or just individual little.
God of protection.
Yep. There's a plethora of small cells, all of them quite empty at this point.
All right.
Apart from the cells, nothing else.
No, not that you can notice.
Okay. Think next
There's
room.
there's a few. Ah, actually, there's a few bowls, and there's a few bowls on the floors, and one of them seems to even contain something in it.
Just gonna bring the flashlight to hover over that. See what that is.
Dried out powder or some shit.
It's definitely dry at this point. But what would be the proper skill of identifying it? Probably science.
I can already tell you what I think it might be. In bliss, it's probably the weed or something like that, or incense of some kind.
But yeah, by the looks of it, there's nothing you recognize. Not right.
Okay. I'm gonna leave and I'll head to the
Okay.
next room.
It was poop.
Chamber pots. I was looking at the chamber pots. Yeah.
All right. Next room seems to contain a few beds.
Any god associated?
The word above the door is not one you associate with a god.
Oh, okay.
It's
Restroom?
no, it's the word implies
Living quarters?
It's a
Kitchen?
gate. It's a gate room.
A gate room.
Mhm.
Ooh. Okay. And
Yep.
what's inside? A gate?
Inside there's, as I mentioned, several small several beds, and what appears to be each bed associated with a cabinet made out of metal.
Locker? Beds and
More along the
lockers?
lines of a bed, bed, a locker, bed, a locker, bed, a locker, bed, a locker. So it's each of them has
Bed locker, chest, bed locker / chest in
Yeah.
between. Okay. Any desiccated or red hot bodies? And
No.
I kind of like get the feeling that that dude was maybe by himself and that other guy so far.
Yeah. There's definitely signs that this space has been used. The beds are not in straight lines anymore. There's scraping on the floor that seems to indicate that they have been moved several times over. And there's definitely nothing on top of the beds except just the frames on them. Some of the doors of the lockers are open, and you can see that whatever has been in there has been taken away.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay.
Let's move on, I suppose.
Next one.
The word above the door is barrel.
Is which?
Barrel.
Barrel.
Yes.
Barrel.
As in the round container holding liquid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So storage and maybe.
Yeah, exactly. There's you find a room with several storage containers, you would assume, as there seems to be nothing else in here but shelves filled with various storage items. And a lot of them have been just thrown out and on the floor, and there's an absolute mess here. Like somebody has been desperately going through them to find something. This, you would assume, metal tools spread around the floor, and various other items of some worth to something. You recognize some of them, like, okay, that's definitely a hammer, and so there's some basic concepts that are similar to yours, but there's also bowls, plates.
No
Other
100-year-old whiskey? Okay, damn.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff here. Also, a lot of smaller metal containers, and there's cans you saw in the other room, but they are all opened.
Yeah.
At least all the ones you can find.
What about the ones we can't find?
You don't know. You didn't find them.
All right.
Yeah, hiding.
Are you trying to hint that we should investigate?
I am hinting nothing.
Well,
But
then we'll
I am
investigate
nothing.
anyway. John, do you have investigate?
Here, let me check this. I wonder if there's anything
John hasn't
useful
rolled in a
here.
bit.
Not rolled.
Yeah, he hasn't rolled.
He rolled
Oh, you did roll the intellect, yeah, okay.
I haven't rolled in a bit. Here,
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
check this out. 8.
Yeah. You look around, you don't find any full cans. You do find one of those electronic devices that one of them was attached to the outdoors next to the wall, but this one seems to be detached from all those. It's like
yeah.
It's like a very thick tablet.
So it's like they had. It's not actually attached to a wall then.
No.
Okay.
The one outside.
It's like he removed it off of one and just brought it here to.
This is a
check.
spare, okay, or something maybe.
Super. Like, this is probably get to check back and research later. See how this stuff works. Pack that up. That's my one thing in my backpack.
All right, on to door number 6.
Door number 6. Above the door, there is rice.
Rice?
Rice. And behind it is an actually larger area than the rest of the rooms. And it seems to be continuing deeper into the underground areas. And there seems to be vats filled with soil in there. And some of them have growth on the vats that has dried up ages ago. Some you would assume rice plants.
Grow room. He was growing his own food here.
You also recognize light fixtures above the vats.
Ah, okay. It's their grow room. Yeah, okay. For the weed they gave in the Krishna room. Yeah.
Or, like potato.
Or food and rice.
Ooh, I wonder if it's like, what kind of... Is there any actual, like, plant?
Yeah, there's plant matter there, but none of them seems to be alive.
Yeah, that's what I was, like, looking for. All right. Maybe I could find some seeds and bring back with me, and then completely destroy our world.
As you poke one of the plants, it just crumbles as it's so dry. It has no longer any cohesion.
Yeah, it's been 100 years. I mean, it's just pure pines.
And some of them have like spread around off of the table and towards the floor, but they have tied up.
It's like dried brown leaves all over the ground and shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Take that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay, I guess it's the stairwell.
All right.
Well, the stairs. They lead down.
Let's keep going down.
Mm-hmm.
Are they metal stairs?
Yep.
Are they in good shape?
You would assume so.
They're in better shape than what we had before.
At least the
Above
catwalk
it's-
hasn't even cracked since you landed on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only that, I think it's a shorter drop.
Yeah, only a story.
Mhm.
A
Let me
single
tell you this
story of how you dropped down a floor.
From the storage room, we go down.
Well, at least there was a legend of what was in the story room.
Ooh. Down we go.
So, with the bad puns, we arrive to the tabled room. There seems to be... there's like several tables here. 7 in total. Arranged into a sort of neat rows. There's
7 doesn't break evenly into anything, but okay.
so I did say sort of.
Oh, I've got it here. I'll draw the tables for it. Circle. How big is the circle it's going to make? Yeah, there we go. There's okay. Actually, I will delete that one. I don't want that one. Delete it. There we go. Delete. Okay, now draw a circle, and there's one here. Oh, circle. One here, and then a row of 3, and a row of 3. That's how you get 7. Take into account the stairwell.
Yeah. Pretty nice. It's about how it looks.
Okay. What I want to investigate is over here. Oh God, it's white. The circle.
There is a similar amount of doors on the bottom floor.
Oh, okay.
One of them is immediately open. It doesn't even need any measures to open it. And there's even a large glass window that shows what is in there. Quickly by glancing in there, it seems to have pots and pans and stuff like that. You would assume it's a kitchen.
This is Oops, what is that color?
And it's immediately underneath the office.
Row. Right. So underneath the office is. I don't know how I'm going to draw this, but who cares?
Kitchen.
Oh, why is it? I picked the
What you
colors,
should do
damn it.
is you should draw first floor and also the second floor.
Only if you want to.
Kitchen.
Don't do that.
KIT. Anything in
Perfect.
that color will be what's below.
Also,
Got
next to the kitchen is not another. Next to the kitchen, underneath the med bay,
Mhm.
is a room that once you enter it, you realize that it is the toilet. Toilet and washrooms are located here. Underneath the...
There's a toilet.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's either that or somebody won a medal, but it looks like the toilet.
Mm-hmm. Underneath the Krishna room,
Mhm.
you find more of those beds. This is another bedroom, but this doesn't. These don't actually have markings on top of them. So just bedroom. It's actually both of them are bedrooms.
Both?
On that both rooms on that wall are bedrooms.
Okay, so beds and beds.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we had beds, we have baths. Where's the beyond?
That would be underneath the storage.
Yes. That's where the energy signature is coming from, the underneath the storage.
Indeed. And as you open that door, you are greeted by machinery.
Okay.
Machinery long dead. This is clearly some sort of room where there's several devices. And your machine goes now noticeable.
Yeah.
Considering there's no longer the sealed walls and all those things between it and yourself. And this is clearly pointing at one of the storage boxes on the wall, on a shelf, and several machines there that seems to be waiting in silence for someone to activate them. And as you open up the storage box, using the greatest of care, just keeping your eyes on the on the counting device to see when the radiation just goes too far. Carefully opening it up, it doesn't even get any much higher than the amount that banana would radiate. But since it is the particular type of radiation you're looking for, it stands out. And there seems to be what you would assume a bullet shape of an item that radiates the same particular radiation that comes from the red crystal. The red crystal itself is not in sight. It's about the size and shape of a large cigar.
Oh, it's like a battery version. They converted it. It's all probably looks like it's all definitely out of juice, though.
Yeah. Now, by the way, on the box there is a word that stands for void.
What?
Void.
Void. VOID.
Yes. Visually optimized identification.
Void.
So, Warrant the Void.
Void won't open. I like. Well, let's taking that back with us.
Like, take it back in the box.
Yeah. We're gonna for sure right next to the files.
This when you're looking at the machinery again after seeing this, you notice there are several openings the size of this cigar.
I want to check out these machines and see what they what I could guesstimate they do.
There's also several other crates with the word for void just smattered over them.
But there's no signal coming from them?
None whatsoever.
I'd like to check out this machinery. I mean, it looks like it totally looks like this could power one or two of these. Let's see what these do. I want to use my special skill to take a look at something, the machinery, to see if there's any cool or interesting to look at.
Just curiosity, when we're looking at the word void, when we're seeing the word void, is that thing kind of being like, is it like it's been written on, or is that just part of like a stencil on the?
Oh, good call. Good question.
Yeah. The box you found, this one with the signal in, it's like it's very neat and organized. All the other ones, it just somebody smothered it whatever they had their hands on.
Right. No, it was just for a second that in my head I was just thinking of like void as in more like they were just putting that down as expired or kaput, you know?
Yeah.
It's likely.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw some electronic superpowers onto. Let's see, bring on my glasses.
All right, you got those. Finally.
Can I try and give him a boon with my electronics knowledge too?
Unfortunately, as this is his superpower, you can't sort of interact with it.
I'm gonna take 3, just because it's not too much, not too little, and it's gonna be fun. You know, let's end the episode. Let's bring in 5. This will be fun. This is fucking ridiculous.
And imagine if you had a boon, that would be
I
5
see
more.
I tried to give you a boon.
I know. This thing is now like registering in my brain, and I'm just seeing.
His brain is now powering the machine.
I'm not sure.
That is actually what is happening. You realize that you can channel the radiation field of this planet. The electromagnetic radiation, you can grasp a small portion of it and power any machine in here for a limited duration. You also now have the confirmation that Mac is at least part machine.
Whoops. That's that out of the bag.
Maybe you can use this to power some of the void power bars so that they can power the machine. Well, I'm going to look in one of the void boxes and see if there's a cigar.
Yeah.
I wanted.
Actually, you open up one of the void box and it has several cigars in it.
Oh, okay.
Let's try turning on some of these machines. Let's see, lights. Which one of these? I'm gonna go up to it and
as you scan, you just look around. Okay, these are all power generators, all of them, and your mind just goes, okay, this is horribly over over how much this place should need in terms of power. Power generation from these machines has been ginormous compared to the size of the facility that you've seen. There's at least 5.5 too many machines in here. And half of the one machine should provide more than enough power for this.
Let's do that. Let's go to the first one. Yeah, whoa, bet you this powered the entire building.
Don't power the
And
vault
yet
door.
there is six of them. There's 6
For
devices
the
in
vault
total.
door.
You could power one of them. You know that much.
Yeah. as I'm about to, like, I could turn one of these on and give us all light. Will it trick? You
That's
just
why I
wondered
wanted to
about not
block the
front
door.
It's fine.
We can hack it.
It's fine, because otherwise this dude would have been trapped here. I mean, unless he was trapped here. We're doing it, folks. Why do we roll natural? Why do we roll 17? So we could turn one of the machines on. Let's do it.
Channeling the electromagnetics of the planets. They struggle to get through the insulation of the walls. But as it is a planet versus a single building, eventually, well, for you it's eventually, but for everyone else it's nearly instantaneous. The power flows through and conducted by your orders transforms into the electric wires of the building and fueling the generator that begins to hum. Lights begin to flicker into existence. The installation becoming alive once more. You know you do have a limited time to use this opportunity, as your powers now are connected to this one operation, and your mind is not able to sustain it.
Yeah.
How many cigar holes are there in the machine he's activated?
In the machine he has activated, there's 2 cigar holes. Yes.
I'm going to put 2 of the dull cigars from the box
Okay.
into there and see if
Sure.
if it'll actually charge them.
Okay. You slide them in, and what do you do then?
Checking to see if there's
See if they're getting any
juice.
juice.
How?
These it doesn't work in
Electronics
reverse.
education?
Oh.
Okay. Roll it.
It is my best roll. 13.
Okay. You let one be inside a few minutes. What the rest of you do?
I can only hold this for a little bit longer.
Yeah, you would assume like 10 minutes. 10 minutes, maybe 12 if you push it.
Yeah. And with this lit up a whole bunch of lights everywhere.
Yeah,
kind
the
of flickering
entire
in and out.
facility seems to just light up into existence. Light up from its
Hey, Mac.
slumber.
Mac, there's one room we haven't checked, and it was the one below the grow room. There might be a big room behind that if you want to check that out.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah, with the lights on, it's almost blindingly bright. But yeah, you go ahead and go ahead to a door, and the door this time is pushing back. It's not opening right out.
Meanwhile, while he's out, hey Dan, have you noticed anything different about Mac? There's something interesting about him.
You mean his new belt?
Yes, His new belt.
Yeah. What was that, Woos?
Yes, his new belt.
It's I think it's taken more over than his new belt.
Well, while you're scanning things, you want to scan my belt and tell me what it does?
Have you put on
The gold belt, yes, but
Does
I don't
it-
know I don't know how to do anything with it.
Yeah, well, he
You've
has
not
a shiny
become
belt.
one with the belt.
It's a shiny belt. That's all you can see.
it's
You don't know the power of the dark belt. Dominate your destiny. Hold up your pants for you, it will.
Mac, how's it going in the other room?
Right.
Do I have to be here? Do I have to be here to control it?
No, you can move.
Okay.
So anyway,
Well,
Mac,
I guess we'll
the
step out
door
the
is
door, huh?
fighting back. Do you want to try and force it open? Or do you want to jimmy it?
I'm just gonna push a bit more against it. There.
Yeah. Every other door that you encountered just gave in by the sliders of bush and little creek. This one just goes.
Like there's something blocking it.
Actually, did we ever translate
No.
this door? Is there like another like word on it?
Yeah. There's something written on top of it.
Did we ever translate it?
I didn't get there yet. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'll head over now.
On top of the door, it says river.
River?
River.
Oh.
Oh.
Is there any water coming up the door?
Does the door feel cool to the touch?
Yeah, it feels cool to the touch.
Ah, I know what this is. It's the water below the room above that was the grow room. Except everything in there was desiccated.
Yep.
So this is the water supply.
And somehow it's lost connection to the room above it.
Yep.
Right. Because Mac is just going to turn to Daniel and he's just going to go and say, look, you sure about this? Because I don't want to open this thing that is like, unlike the other doors, this is not opening with ease. So I don't want to force this open and we flood the place.
Flood the place. Yeah, that sounds like a bad plan. Except if you're pushing it a little bit, water would come out if there was a river behind it.
Not if it's pushing against the door. So it's shut.
No, but I thought it budged a little bit.
Depends on how the door's sealed. That's the issue.
Here's I'd like to see, or I'd like to try to detect to see if it's magnetically sealed or if it's just closed because I've turned on the electricity.
It's closed because you turned on the electricity.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
The electric locks are now in place.
I think it's the electric locks, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk up to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just cut the power from it and its emergency functions operate and it opens. Easy. And inside you find a water purification system.
Okay.
Doug has absolutely no problems deciphering what this thing is. This is water purification system.
I was just waiting for you to say you just find a wall of water waiting to rush and crush your bodies. Nice playing, guys. Thanks for the campaign.
Next we'll play. Next we're playing Fate with John.
He sealed our fate. Yeah.
Yeah. Wooster's
But
very
yeah,
sort of hand. Yeah,
sorry.
I want to play a game.
Sorry, my bad. That's water purification and reclamation.
Yeah, and reclamation. Right. Sure.
Yeah, this is water recycling center. This is all
All
you
even
need.
drops down from below, goes back into here, and plus you pee
Yeah.
and all that shit, all that stuff.
Yeah. This is
Wow.
where all the water goes in and is
Max,
processed.
just kind of just looking around.
This is surprisingly sophisticated compared to the rest of the deck level.
He's getting like kind of feeling of there's kind of two thoughts in his head. Okay. Either like he's when he's thinking like bunkers with this sort of setup, he's thinking like the old nuclear fallout bunkers that some certain governments prepared, or is this more like the fallout? Is this government level fallout bunkers, right? Or is this the one that potentially the families did for themselves, or preparers would do? This is what he's trying. That's what
considering the size of it and the
Yeah.
depth of it, you would assume this is either done by a corporation or a larger structure like a government or city.
Right. Okay. It's either that or that was one preparer who had just a shit ton of money and resources.
Yeah, that's always an option. It
Yeah.
could have been a single very wealthy individual. Except there's at least two of them here.
Yeah.
And there's like beds for more people.
Mm-hmm.
Servants, staff. Yeah.
Also, the fact that they've got jail cells wouldn't suggest, because Mag will have just been like kind of tossing the thoughts out of his head there as he's just kind of looking around. He goes, also, if it's preppers, you wouldn't really build a jail cell. You would have probably a shit ton of weapons that if anyone was coming in that you didn't like, you would just shoot them. You wouldn't waste your food, keep them alive.
These are mysterious cultures.
Here's my theory.
Right.
They accidentally released the T virus and made a bunch of zombies that started eating people. So they all rushed into this place to hide. But one of them got in, and the guy in the office locked himself in his office with a supply of food, but eventually it ran out, so he shot himself. So where's the zombie?
It's biting your ankle right now.
Or actually, it went out the vault and left. Okay, that makes more sense.
Well, on that note, I think we should see about other places and see. This is just the first of the big buildings we've looked at. Let's go check out the other spots. And
Are there any doors on the same side of the wall as the vault on this level?
No,
Outdoor. Or is that just
Okay.
blank wall?
it's just a blank wall.
Okay.
Well, not blank wall. There seems to be a mural on it, but the mural doesn't depict anything. It's like the Arabic style of non-descriptive art. It's not. It's just shapes that don't try to imitate anything natural.
Does it seem like we pretty much explored the majority of this?
At least you have not found any exits exits or entrances that you have not gone through yet.
Is there anything under the stairwell?
Anything under the stairwell? As in
Underneath?
you'd look, there seems to be a floor.
Is there anything under the floor?
Okay.
As in
Do you
another
want to
floor?
dig? Give me an athletic strength check to dig.
See how long it takes.
Okay, I was more of an investigate, but okay. Athletic strength. Okay, that's not going to be. horrid. No, not at all. Good thing I'm not trained in it. 9.
Okay, yeah. You start hitting it with the one instrument, but you would assume you could make some progress in about an hour or two.
But I'm like,
Seems
is
to-
it any hollow echoing sound? I'm not going to waste 2 hours if there's no echo.
Yeah, you just tap in the grounds for like.
Is there
Yeah, you
anything
do.
obvious underneath it?
Yeah. No, it seems to be solid rock.
Okay.
It's like a bunker, man. I don't think there's gonna be any other exits and stuff.
Dan's just doing a crazy dance all over the place. You know.
And then in a little bit, the lights start dimming.
Okay, I go back to the storage room. Did the cigars look like they got charged at all?
No. They
Okay.
did not gather any charge from that.
Well, take some cigars with us anyway.
Some crazy ass technology. This is very interesting. I like this. Well,
Where to
I
go?
guess that's it for this room. Do you think it's really zombies?
That was my guess.
I was going. I'd like check out their. Let's go check out the office one more time and see if there's like a history written in a last note, anything like that.
Sure. Good plan.
Ooh, with the power still on, I wonder if I can make these devices. It's time has been passing. I'm out a lot of juice to manipulate stuff. Fair is fair. Let's see. I'm gonna try any in the back upstairs in the office. I'm looking to see if there's papers that survived, any histories, anything
Okay.
that might depict.
Investigate, please. Use intellect or education as you please.
10.
Yeah. There doesn't seem to be any paper remains. It's go around like, there's absolutely nothing here. Then it dawns on you.
What'd you say?
Then it dawns on you. Usually in human cultures that you know, a leader such as this would not share a room. They usually have a private room. You haven't seen one.
Is given the map I've drawn, above the office, but beside Krishna, is there a hidden room up here?
Hmm? As you start figuring that thing out, just that little inkling of your senses points you to a wall that has a little bit of just an indentation that you realize it matches the shape of that panel you found.
Of course. Whoa. I'm gonna try to
Stick the
Yeah,
panel in the
yeah.
hole.
place
Yep.
it into spot.
It seems to just go. It fits there. And now you have a simple problem. You don't have no juice.
We have a little bit of juice
In the battery.
from the battery.
All right, I can make this work.
Any cigar holes around, or do we have to hotwire this thing?
We're gonna have to hotwire this thing, I
And
think.
don't just air charge this thing.
I have a little bit of juice left. I think I might be able to. On a successful roll with 3 left. This will be probably my last of the day.
Use
Let's
it.
see. What was
Do
it last
it.
time?
Do it.
What was it last time? It was electronics, of course. Electronics. Wait, how much did I use last time? I have 3 left. 2 left.
Because I used 5 last time I said because it was going to be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
13.
Yes. You sense the power in it. It's not much left in this. As you gorge it, it's like looking at a battery power, and it is 1% of the entire battery. No, it's less than that. It's just rounding it up so it shows, because it's the smallest increment it shows. But yes, you can use this to power power the device, and you power up the tablet. The tablet lights up. It's asking for a password. You dig it up from its memory. As soon as it happens, the wall. And what appears to you is what you can only describe as a master bedroom. There's as much space as in the rooms in the gate room, and there's only a single large bed in it. There is scrolls, scrolls on a shelf, like it's one of those wine bottle shelves that is like diagonal plates, and the scrolls are placed on the resting in the diamonds that it makes. There's a table with scrolls spread open on it. There's a quill. Quill. It seems like a feather at first glance, but when you get closer to it, it's not a feather. It's made out of little strands of metal to mimic a feather instead. The bed seems to be still made with cloth on top of it. There's a wonderfully crafted wooden ornate wardrobe. This is a room of luxury.
Whoa. Jackpot.
You even find a box of jewels sitting on a table. The jewels spread around. There's gold, silver. You would assume platinum, and
We're definitely taking
several
that.
shiny gems, none of which are radioactive.
Actually, I have a thing just for
Loot!
Actual
loot. Can we see what he was written? Cute. Can we see what was written on the scroll? That was obviously the last thing he wrote down.
Yeah. Well, you go and you analyze what is in there. It's what he wrote down is, "I'm so hungry."
Scorched earth, President Clark. No.
I am so hungry, and he is the only thing I have left. And I tried, but I couldn't. No one has come back. There's no point in it anymore. May the gods take me as they took you. In peace.
Sad. Nobody has come back.
I wonder if she means that, like, Everybody in the planet left, or just whoever was in this room? What are the scrolls you see? Can you see what happened to all the people? To what the peoples?
Is there anything besides his suicide note?
Well, as you look at the other things, the ones on the table just you would ascribe as poetry. There's like this usual high flying poetry thing, like your eyes are like marbles and
Once was a man from Nantucket.
yeah.
He really likes those buckets.
Yep, indeed. Yeah, itchy, tasty.
Itchy and scratchy.
Uh.
Okay. And the ones that are on the like shelves and stuff?
As you take one out, it begins to crumble
Very gently.
Yeah. Just opening one very gently. It loses a lot of cohesion and seems to be even more poetry.
I'll take another one down. Film this as I'm opening it so we don't lose anything. Very careful.
More poetry.
I think like something happened, some disasters, and everybody left. And these two, like, they totally locked themselves here, I think. But
oh, they're his teeth marks on the other guy. Okay, that makes sense. His note makes more sense now.
Maybe.
He was going to eat him, but he decided he couldn't do it.
Is that the sense that you get, or do you get the sense? Yeah. These people taste suck.
His friend, as he was dying, told him, "Hey, bite me," and he just couldn't do it.
Eat my shorts.
No, he was saying kiss me, Horatio, but you misunderstood.
Hey, who knows? Maybe in their language, kiss and bite is the same thing. So yeah.
On that note, no more zombie. Excuse me.
Kiss my heart. Yeah. Whoops.
fantastic.
So I do believe we are at the time limit for the episode.
Yeah.
And
Only 2.5 hours.
Still in the city. Yeah.
Again, once it's all that pollen from the alien planet.
Yep.
So we got a box of jewels and some intel. And I don't think there's anybody else left here. So, return back to base or investigate some more and leave this in a two-parter. Is that what you're suggesting, Woos?
I'm asking what you're doing.
Dan Mac?
I now that I'm not as afraid of zombies, I'm willing to actually analyze these one of these vials if you guys want.
Well, it's more like we're the stopping point. Do we continue next session here, part 2 of the planet, or do we continue the session
Back home.
back at Astrogate at home?
Well, Sarah says she's gone for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So let's continue.
We could stay here. If she was only gone 1 week, I'd say go back so we can collect her.
I like your plan because we only have half of the mystery so far.
Yeah.
Something happened here. We just don't know what.
There we go.
We know where the people went. They died. But what killed them? What led to them?
There is one thing I'd like to do before we call this.
Sure.
Make damn sure the vault door is still open.
We'll leave that for the next episode.
We did block it, but you did turn the power back on.
Yes.
We'll leave that for the exciting new episode next week, hopefully. Assuming
there
you
we
guys
go.
can make it! Dun, 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 dun.
So did you like my art today?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first thing isn't a light bulb with red lines. That was the Stargate with ruined buildings around it and our path to the south with street lamps.
Oh.
It's a light bulb.
Okay.
Light bulb.
It looks. Yeah, I could see that. It's more like a balloon surrounded with floating bits. Again, that's a red string that goes with
it's a hot air balloon, like one of those where you ride.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the bucket would hang below it, not attached to it.
Or it looks like an
Depends on the
overview
design.
view of a cannon shooting forward with a big butt.
A very short barrel turret.
It's a balloon. It's 99 red balloons.
99 the balloons.
Hey, why are you looting balloons? What?
Luftwanzen.
There.
No balloon.
There's the Earth symbol or whatever in the. Yeah. Okay. There. It's a Stargate. Looks.
It's just a
Actually, it looks
chevron.
more. It looks even more like a light bulb now.
We may be learning interesting things about Mac soon. Yes.
And Control Z doesn't work.
Nope. Is it again a not recording? Ah, yeah. Yeah, we may be learning interesting things about Mac soon. Yeah. The door has been opened to questions.
Yeah. And it looks completely different than the fucking gold belt that Dan's wearing.
Yep. The gold belt to your eyes seems just like a fancy shiny belt. It's lots of glitter.
All that glitters is not gold. Often have you heard this told?
Yes, but the one you wear is gold. And glitters. Dun, 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 dun. When we will learn about dogs.
Jake
Learn about Doug all the
Spear.
time.
D-O-double-G. No, D-O-U-G.
D-O-double-G. Dog?
It's Snoop, D-O-double-G.
Or
What do you wanna
D-double-O-G?
It's all
Doog?
here. I think we learned something new today. Like I could see like the electricity in the air, and I could like use that force to like power shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're a
Awesome.
Jedi. You'll be
Yeah.
Jedi?
You use the force.
The electronic force.
Use
Yeah.
use the forks wisely. The pointy end goes into the food.
You used many watts of force today.
Well, this was fun. I enjoyed it. Cool.
Huh?
And no combat.
Indeed.
It happens.
Indeed. I did plan this world to be very low in combat.
Which is
As in
is-
a
It's fine.
small reminder, you haven't seen anything that moves aside of the wind.
That's
Ah,
why I
we
thought
saw-
like
Seriously.
this is a mystery.
We saw the
place.
truck.
Seriously, I gave you electricity, and I gave you a desktop computer that nobody touched while you had electricity with
I know.
all
know.
of the
I
data
know.
in it.
I know.
Instead, you found the freaking poet.
Yeah. That shit happens. That shit happens. That's hilarious. I thought about it too. I'm like, I mean, I'm powering up the thing. How long? And in my brain, I'm like counting down time. I'm like, it's been 10, 12 minutes. It's time. All that data.
I appreciate that, keeping your own boundaries in check without needing to ask me.
I try to play fair. That's why I said like I have 2 energy left, and we have the choice of one of these 2 spots. Choices, consequences. I liked it. All right. So neutron bombs, maybe. I mean, if Doug gets powerful enough.
No, I do believe Proxkin is saying maybe neutron bombs happen to this planet.
Hmm.
That would explain why there's no life.
We will. Yeah. Hmm. Give him ideas. Give us more ideas. Maybe it was a zombie outbreak. Then we'll have to fight hordes of alien zombie mummies.
So
Name.
anyone who has any idea can make bets on what has happened to this world. I may take inspiration from you if it fits with the law already established, but I do have my own idea what happened here.
Has anybody here seen the movie Tron?
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
ones?
The original.
I've seen both.
Okay. Well, maybe they're old Tron bombs.
Old Tron bombs.
As opposed to neutron bombs.
Neutron bombs. All right.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Like the hovering tanks, and they shoot and things break into pieces. Yeah.
acceptable. Acceptable.
No, these are Ultron bombs.
Alt-Ron. Okay.
Right. Cabin in the wood bed.
What's that?
Oh, you've never seen this word, cabin in the woods?
No.
Slasher
I-
film, isn't it?
I think well, all right, so the premise is it's a film about what happened. It's a horror movie that's a comedy, but in this cabin of the woods, you put in all of the horror tropes, and it stars with the cast or a lot of the big members of like Will Whedon, not Will Whedon,
Whedon.
Joss Whedon?
Whedon, Joss Whedon, yeah. So it's imagine if Joss Whedon made like a horror movie that's also funny. Cabin in the Woods. It is,
Well-
and it has. I mean, without ruining it, but it's one of the premises where people are taking bets how the teenagers are gonna die. Let's make bets on how the teenagers are gonna die. Are they gonna die by zombie, by curse, by a slasher hacker, by shark attack? Really? Okay, put it on the board.
What was the one with the guy with the chainsaw hand?
What was? Oh, I'm trying to remember. There's
Army of
another.
Darkness.
There is
Yeah.
another
And
slasher
and,
film comedy one.
Well,
What is it
there's
reverses?
Scream.
No, Scream. Newer one.
Oh, the parody.
Alan
The
version?
Ghostbusters?
No, Alan Tudyk was in it.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of things.
Give me a second. No.
Hot Fuzz?
Star Trek Discovery.
No.
Firefly?
The horror.
Firefly
one.
technically has zombies in it.
Evil Dead, yes. That's the other one I was thinking of. Evil Dead, which is actually Army of Darkness, and Evil Dead is.
No. It's
Army
not
of
that
Darkness
one.
is the third movie
Yes.
of the what was
First
it?
came Evil Dead,
Evil Dead.
and then they literally just recreated the same exact one and called it Evil Dead 2 with a bigger, better budget. And then they made the third one, which is a sequel of Evil Dead 2, which is. It's just weird. Shaun
By
of
the
the
way,
Dead. No,
by the
2
way,
wasn't in Shaun of the Dead.
I have never finished Mad Max 1, but I have seen Mad Max 2 and 3. Because Mad Max 1 is just boring.
You know what's incredible? Fury Road, that movie in itself is freaking
Fantastic.
genius and brilliant. And it's beautiful movie. It's incredible writing. It's amazing directing. And the way they introduce and show you lore in Fury Road is brilliant because they give you zero lore and just throw you into this weird ass world, and you have to like from just the context and visuals figure it all out on your own, and it works so much better than
Mhm.
a fucking telling you, well, in this world this does this. It's like, no, just here's some weird shit.
Shaun
And
of the
you-
Dead says
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, I've seen Shaun of the Dead because that's the hot fuzz of zombie movies. But yeah, I agreed. Fury Road is a good movie. You apparently have
That's it. It's Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
not seen
Dale
that
versus
one.
Evil, yeah.
It's fantastic because it takes you've heard about like the Hills Have Eyes, the idea, group of college kids go out into the woods and they come across the hillbilly killers. Okay.
That's the old trope, yes.
It takes the trope and it just turns around that no, all the scary things that people are coming across, they're just terrible accidents,
And the hillbilly guys are like the nice guys. They're like, why do all these teenagers keep dying around me?
the irony
I haven't
is,
seen it, by the way, but I'm assuming
the
that's kind of like what it
kids,
is.
the kids have actually, they see some things, they just get their heads around that they're going to be killers, right? So the kids start going after them, but the kids then start, because they're own incompetence, start killing themselves.
Oh,
But
boy.
then when they keep coming across it, it's like one, like the kid like tries to kill one of them, but like the other guy's like working on a wood chipper and he like tries to jump him and he ducks. So the guy goes head first into the wood chipper. So the guy's trying to pull him, like trying to save him and pull him out. But of course, the other person comes along and actually sees it, and it looks like the guy's pushing the person into the wood chipper. It's stuff like, it's like over the top, stupidly it's that old stupidly over the top gory that is kind of comical, but it's just like the twist on how they take
like
all the tropes.
Yeah, no,
and
we're really and it makes it even funnier because thus the audience knows what the characters don't know, and usually use that as to create tension in a movie. Mm-hmm. This is used to create comedic tension, or what's called cringe. Where you're like, oh no, don't touch the thing, don't do the thing, and you're like, they better not touch the thing, because in your mind you're already imagining, and then they touch the thing, and it's that's brilliant. That is a good. That's cool. I haven't seen that.
I'll watch it. It's good. It's.
You know what's on that note? What's also weird and cool and weird, since I want to yes into this. I just recently re-saw this for the second time. John dies at the end. John dies at the end.
Heard of that?
It is a
John doesn't appreciate this premise.
Does John actually die at the end?
Yes and no. John dies at the end. Yeah. It's funny. It's a thriller. It's sci-fi, and it's horror, and it's existential horror, and it's really out there, but it's incredibly good. And amazing writing. I was quite impressed by this, and done on a low budget too. So it's, I mean, not like low budget, but I mean like not like super budget.
There's low budget and there's low budget.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. You'll be surprised with what can be done on low budget, because sometimes
you have to have good writing in order to get away with it. Was what I'm trying to go. Go ahead, Stephen.
John.
Yeah,
because I mean, one of the things with like low budgets, right, is some of the sneaky things that the film producers, the filmmakers have had to do to actually get certain parts of the film done, because they've not got the budget to, say, cover the cost of actually clearing a New York street. Okay. Yes. Dustin Hoffman, I'm walking here.
Yes.
That wasn't planned. That taxi, they were actually just filming that on the street, hiding it in plain sight.
Guerrilla style. It was a guerrilla style film.
Yeah. And they literally nearly got run over. And it's like Dustin Hoffman starts to shout at the guy like he's a New Yorker. Wow. There. Or other one is guerrilla style. Actually, some elements of the first Terminator film were guerrilla style, because James Cameron basically had Arnold Schwarzenegger punch in the window of the car.
Yeah.
There's a car. It's like, You've just asked your actor to commit a felony. Potentially, depending on which side you are, that's a felony offense.
Okay, guys, I love chatting with you, but it's 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I want to sleep today.
Sure.
So,
And now I've got to take care of car shit. So
thank you,
let's per
guys,
person.
for coming, and let's see. I found ourselves a raid target. It's somewhat topical. They're playing Fallout, and their channel is called Chaotic Stupid. It's not lawful stupid; it's chaotic stupid. So it's the guys, the anti guys of
adjacent. It's adjacent to them.
So we need neutral stupid next time.
Indeed. So let's go raiding and say hi to these guys, and remember to tell them. But remember to tell them what we tell you, which is the typical
Bonus nachos.
Bonus
Bonus
nachos.
nachos. All right.
See you there.